What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So, for all the people who have been asking, hey Matt, how's the M11A1? I know you were talking about your double feed issues. You showed that video on that. Yes, I was having double feed issues. The good news is that there's nothing wrong with the actual gun itself. It's just the crappy choice of ammunition I used, which was the old brown box Winchester, 115 grain. Don't use that stuff if you have a 9mm. All right. White box seems to work fine, but the brown box not so much. But that was the primary issue that I was having with the gun. However, I still went to the gun store anyway, and I traded it, and I now have a replacement, which will be my everyday carry gun. So we're going to talk about it, and let's get into it. So for anyone that's been following me for a long enough time, you know that I love double action triggers. I love double action triggers. I like that extra added safety of that long trigger pull, all right? And I like the transition to the single action trigger pull. And for when it comes to like a Beretta, when it comes to HKs, when it comes to FNs, when I fired those double actions, man, I was right on target with those things. Man, those things were, I was right on target every single time I lined up those sights. Whether it's double action or single action, I was hitting the target. However, from the moment I picked up my M11A1, my Sig Sauer M11A1, my consistency was off. My consistency was way off with the gun, and it had a great trigger. It had a great trigger, but for some reason the gun wasn't working well for me. And no matter how many times I shot it, no matter how many times I took it out, no matter how many times I dry fire practiced, my consistency was still off when it came to that specific firearm. So what I did is I bit the bullet, I guess you could say, and I said, all right, Matt, so this isn't working for you. You got to switch over something that does work to you. So what I did, because of those issues I was having in the past, and my confidence with that has been on and off, although I love that as a carry gun, I decided to trade it in for something new. All right, so I decided to trade it in for something new. And I did a little guessing game, and a lot of people were getting, one person came close to it. They weren't quite there. But the gun I actually chose to replace it, which will be my everyday carry gun, if I'm not carrying my 1911, which this will probably be my primary everyday carry gun, is the Oh, Matt, you got another 19? No, this is not a 19. All right, this is a Glock 23. All right, this is the Glock 23. So this is a Glock 23. That's what I picked up for my carry gun. Now, there's a couple of reasons I specifically picked up this gun. So this is a brand spanking new Glock 23. It's a good gun. All right, good gun. Gen 4. Only thing I need to do is I need to change out the sights and I'll be happy. All right. So I switched over to the Glock 23. I traded in my M11A1. I got a Glock 23 and some ammo and all that other stuff that came with it because there's a good deal that I got for this brand new Glock. Well, brand new, Gen 4, but still pretty brand new, never been fired. Anyway, so a lot of people are wondering, Matt, why the heck did you go back to a Glock? Why the heck go back to a Glock? So I'm going to talk about it real quick. And I think every instructor, every person out there should have one in their inventory because it's such an easy gun to shoot. It's a very accurate gun, very easy gun to shoot, easy to maintain. As an instructor, I think it's by far one of the best guns that you could teach your students on is some sort of Glock, that's a 17 or a 19. I think by far it's one of the best guns to instruct on it. Now, the reason I picked up the 23, all right, the main reason is consistency. All right, consistency. Well, that's actually two reasons. There's consistency and the caliber. All right, that's the reason. So consistency. So with my Glock I'm by far the most consistent with that gun out of my other carry guns after the M11A1. I was more consistent with the Glock than I was with the M11A1. And if you guys remember when I did that video, the 229 versus Glock 19, which is the actual M11A1, which is actually technically a 228, but it's actually designed as a 229. Right, so I did a video on that. If you remember, both my grouping was phenomenal with both guns. However, I threw more rounds with a SIG, and that was always bothering me. That was always bothering me when I was throwing those rounds. And yes, as you're talking bullseye target that big, but I don't like throwing my rounds. So my confidence was always there. No matter how many times I took that out to practice, no matter how many times I dry fire practice on my laser target, all right, here my iTarget Pro, that's that guy over there. No matter how many times I took it out to practice, no matter how many times I took it out shooting, my consistency just wasn't there. I just couldn't find it no matter what I did, how I adjusted my grip, my trigger pulls, no matter what I did with that specific gun, my consistency was not there. Would I still get good solid hits? Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt. But I like my tight hits. I like my bullseye training. And I just couldn't do the bullseyes very well with it. I just couldn't. So I switched over to something that I'm very consistent with. And I switched over to a caliber that I prefer. All right, one of my favorite semi-automatic carry calibers is a 40 caliber. All right, that's by far my favorite semi-automatic carry caliber is a 40 caliber. I love the 45 too, but 40 for me is the best of both worlds. There's a lot of people that push and say the 40 caliber is like a horrible round and it's kind of a bastard round and it's not good at anything, which is complete BS. That's just what they hear on YouTube through 9mm operators. All right. 40 caliber has better hard barrier penetration than a 9mm. It has better hard barrier penetration than a 45. It hits the target with more force than a 9mm, and it almost hits the target with just about the same amount of force as a 45. All right, with the standard jacketed hollow points with a low end 45, it hits with the same amount of force. However, you have that added hard barrier penetration that comes with it. Now, when you step up with, like, if you're using 45, you want to do a back-to-back, and you step up with a higher caliber, more expensive caliber jacketed hollow point with 45, then that is going to take off. However, the 40 with the top line is within the 45 caliber hitting range. All right, when it comes to the actual foot-pounds of pressure, or however you say it, when it actually hits the target, the actual force and the momentum, so when it hits the targets. So I love the 40. I've always had a lot of faith in 40, and I carried a 40 for about 8 years when I had my MP. I carried it for 8 years straight, and I shot that damn thing well. I shot it very, very good. And to this day, I still love that feel of it, the love of the shoot of the 40. Now, there's a lot of people out there who tell you a 40 caliber, you just can't hit with it. It's too snappy, and it's just ridiculous round, and why should you even bother? Like, well, because it's pretty much just feels like a plus P plus 9mm. That's all it really feels like. It's really not that hard to shoot. You have a good grip, and you can hit just fine, and you hit it just accurate. Oh, I can hit the target faster with 9mm or 40. Why don't you go look at Paul Harrell and do a video. He did a comparison video between 9 and 40 and tell me which one's faster, which one's got a little bit more penetration, which one does a little bit more damage towards the end of the day. He had a great video regarding that, the 9mm versus 40 caliber. So go check him out, Paul Harrell. So 40 caliber is a great overall round for just about everything, and for me, is by far I have the most confidence with a 40 caliber on my hip when it comes to a semi-automatic defense. Revolver, I love my 357 Magnum. Absolutely love my 357 Magnum. With a semi-automatic, 40. That is the way to go. I've always loved the 40 caliber, and I had 2 9s, I had a 45, and I was like, oh man, I need a 40. All right, I need a 40 because I love my 40s. So that's one of the main. Those are 2 reasons I switched over. This is one, consistency. I'm a damn good shot with these guns. Damn good shot with a Glock. Great gun, easy to use, simple to use, easy to maintain. I still maintain my stuff like crazy. I clean it all the time. And the caliber choice. I prefer the 40 caliber over a 9mm. So this right here, the Glock 23 Gen 4, has become my new carry gun, my new EDC gun. So there you have it, guys. That answers the question for you guys. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me. If you like this content, guys, and you like the knowledge that I can give out to you guys, go check me out on Patreon. The link will be down in the description. You can actually help support this channel so I can bring you more content. All right. So anyway, guys, remember, as I always say, it is our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.